Welcome, beautiful beings. I invite you to another journey where we are going to dive into what is happening in my head right now. I I share what I'm going to share today because it is something that I keep bumping into in this work of transformation. There are so many people in transformation who develop a fear either before or during that transformation that if I change, I'm going to lose all of my people, all of my tribe is going to disappear, and I won't have anyone left. And if I start showing my true colors, then no one's going to love me anymore, or no one will want to spend time with me or be around me. And it is true for a part that your world may adjust. When you are adjusting, when you are changing, when you are unpeeling all of the layers that you've been wearing throughout your life, that you've been creating throughout your life, and then you start unpeeling to come closer to your energy and your truth, that shifts your frequency. So when you were wearing all of those masks and layers to protect yourself and to protect, keep yourself safe, then you were sending off certain signals and frequencies out into the world, and you created a life. You created friendships. You created connections based on that frequency, that essence that you were offering to the world, because that's who you were communicating to the world about who you were. And when you start shifting, changing that and coming closer to your truth, then that frequency changes, and the signals and the communication and your voice and your truth that you share with the world all changes, which means that you are going to be attracting different kinds of people. And that doesn't mean everyone is going to change. But when you start coming into those moments when you second guess yourself, you want to show yourself, and you are not because of fear, and you don't want to rock the boat, and you don't want, to stop pleasing. You've been pleasing all of these people by not showing them. You don't want that confrontation to stop pleasing. And then what's going to happen? You know how to do what you've been doing, and you don't know what's going to happen if you stop doing what you've been doing. And so sometimes it feels easier to just go back, but it's not easy, because there is a line when the fear of doing everything that you used to be doing and staying in those masks becomes a bigger fear than the unknown. So it may start out that the unknown fear is greater, but at some point it's too scary to continue living the lie, living what you know is not true anymore for you, and to start sharing your truth so that you are also not keeping those bonds in an untruth, in a distruth. And it's scary. It is scary as hell to start that transformation and to start speaking your voice, and that it affects all of these people in your life. And those are the people that you don't choose, your family members, but it's also the people that you do choose. So friends that you've chosen and that you've collected, and that, relationships that have happened as you've walked through this journey of life, then some of them will fade out. Some of them may need to, be broken. And by relationship, just ended. Not broken, but ended. And some people will continue to be able to see you through your transformation and support you and not want you to adjust back to the old frequency. They may be confused, but they won't have that lingering pull of wanting you to be what you once were when clearly you are not anymore. And it may feel selfish to all of a sudden require these other people to adjust because you've adjusted. And what I would say to that is that you then will stop soothing them by speaking and being your truth. If they don't like your truth, then perhaps they're not the right people for you. And it's easier said than done. But if they are not able to support you as you come closer to yourself, then they don't see you. They see the masks that you've worn, but they don't see you. And what I say to all of those people who are in transformation who start figuring that out, because there is a moment when you start figuring it out, where you may be in the midst of whatever shift it is that's happening in your life, and then you realize that you have, these relationships in your life that don't quite make sense to you anymore. People that you've collected, but then you don't really know what the connection is or understand what the connection may be in this moment now. And what I really say to you, because it's a very lonely place to be, to feel afraid of losing those people if they're the only people you have, but they don't see you. So it's already lonely if you think about it. It's an already lonely space of being unseen within the relationships that you have. And that when that realization clicks on and that light switch goes on, then it's scary to get rid of those people or to transform, to show yourself in a different way and see who will come along for the ride and who may not. I say trust. To all of those people, trust that the more you step into the frequency of your essence and you put that out into the world, just like the lifetime that you've been putting out, the other frequencies have gathered people around you, your frequency will gather the right people for you. And that's about trusting it. And it doesn't mean you have to just sit back and let them run to you. But your frequency will attract the right people who see you for you, even in moments when you cannot see yourself, in moments when you don't feel like yourself. The people who can see you in your magnificence in those moments, those are the people that you want around. Not the ones who want you to speak a truth that soothes them, but people who want to uplift you. That's what I got to say about that. I hope that helps. I'd love to see and hear and read what you experience in that exchange, how you feel in that exchange. If you recognize the loneliness of transformation, and if you find yourself there right now, breathe, be in your body and yourself, and trust. Trust that the more that you speak your truth out to the world, the more people will see that and want more of that. Those are your people. One love.